Right.
It's gonna look at how many people are saving this song. It's gonna look at how many people are hearting this song, or if you're talking Pandora, thumbing up this song.
Dang, that's dope information.
So it's gonna look at all of these things, and this is a big reason why.
Man, hold on, man. You giving this out for free?
Hey, man, it's a real industry plugs.
One of the biggest obstacles artists face in the music game is access. Getting access to the people that can make it happen, or access to the information and resources you need to get to the next level. That's the key. That's why you need two of the biggest in the game on your side. Introducing J.R. McKee, Boomman. Welcome to the real industry plug. You heard me?
All right, so last question that we have from a fan, and keep the questions coming. We are going to have these episodes where we run these down because, again, we are the plug and we want you to be plugged in. You feel what I'm saying? So this is the last question. How do I get on playlists? Or more specifically, they said, what is the right way to get on playlists? And so I'm gonna jump it off just because obviously streaming is, something I'm very knowledgeable in.
Right.
And so I want to first break down the 3 different type of playlists.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The first type of playlist, which is the most well-known, is editorial.
Okay.
And so editorial meaning like there's an editor that does this playlist. So there's a Carl Cherry of the world who does Spotify, he does Rap Caviar. You know what I mean? He's an editor, so it's an editorial playlist.
Editorial playlist. Okay.
Yeah, he's an editor, so it's an editorial playlist.
Information right here.
Right?
Okay.
The second type of playlist, and this is the most important one, and this is the one that people don't even know exists, but it's the most important one. It's called algorithmic playlist.
Algorithmic playlist.
And so all these platforms run off an algorithm. And an algorithm is basically a data-driven playlist versus an editorial playlist. Editorial playlist, a person is doing it. Algorithm playlist is data. Data is taking in the data and saying, okay, people like this song or people don't like this song.
Right.
So the more people like it, the more I'm going to spread this song. So if you go on Spotify and you see your Discover Weekly playlist, or you see your Happy Halloween playlist, all these algorithmic driven playlists, that's what that is, right?
Okay.
And then the last and third type of playlist is called third party playlist.
Right.
And this is basically, I'm a person, I'm J.R. McKee. I'm going to go on Spotify. I'm going to create my playlist, Hot Girl Summer. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put all my favorite hot girl summer records.
We got a couple third party playlists.
Yeah, I'm gonna put all my favorite hot girl summers records on it, and I'm either gonna keep it to myself, I'm gonna share it with my friends, or I'm gonna promote it and try to get 10,000 followers, 50,000 followers. Right. And then at that point, I'm gonna sell slots on it. Right. The problem with third party playlists is a lot of them don't have organic following, and so you end up getting what they call those bot listeners, which you get flagged for, and you see the distro kid goes to that a lot with people, just songs getting put down because of third party playlists. All right, so you have editorial, algorithmic, and third party. So boom, now that we break that down, I believe the question was, what is the right way to get on these playlists?
I think the right way to get on the playlist.
Yeah.
So you didn't answer that.
I didn't.
You told us the 3
I told you the type of playlist.
So what's the right way to get on the playlist? You the streaming king.
All right, let's go through the 3 real quick again. There are very good third party playlists, but they're very few and far between. And so a good way to fact check these playlists,
because I'm learning right now.
Yeah, a good way to fact check these playlists. First of all, the only way to fact check them is to get on them first and foremost, right? And people will usually either A, charge you to get on them, or B, they just have to like your song.
Right.
But both ways
That's
you have
the only way I know.
Yeah, both ways you have to reach out to them. And so a lot of these playlists, they'll have their emails in them. And so you just email them.
Okay,
you know
so that's how you build a fan base. That's a part of that work that got to get put in.
It's definitely working.
So I got to hire me somebody that can do that.
That can grab all of those emails. So, but once you get on them, it's really simple to.
Well, Tahrikh got to do that.
It's really simple to determine if they're real users listening or if it's bots. And the top 2 ways is A, the consistency of the streams.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're seeing a squiggle like this, now we're talking low numbers like under, let's just say under 300.
Okay.
If we talking low numbers, then of course it's gonna look like squiggles. If it go from 3 to 200 to, it's gonna look like squiggles. But if we're talking 500 and up, it should look pretty consistent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It should see gradual growth or a gradual.
Yeah, exactly. It should be gradual. So if you're seeing the squiggles, most likely this isn't the playlist. This isn't a real playlist, and you want to pull your song out of that playlist.
So you could see the playlist.
Well, you can look at your streams and determine.
You can look at your streams and see that's on the playlist.
Exactly. You can look at your streams and determine. So one way is the squiggles. The second way, I've never said that word before, but yeah, the squiggles. And the other way,
squiggles.
Yeah, the other way is looking at where the streams are coming from.
Right.
If you see, let's just use Dallas, Texas as an example. If 1,000 streams a day are coming from Dallas, Texas, whereas the other streams after that are only 50 a day, you know that there's some sort of farm in Dallas, Texas. Right. Remember, a lot of people talk about the iPhone farms. If you're not familiar with these are farms where they have 1,000 iPhones playing a song at one time. Right. You know what I mean? This is still considered, even though it's not a bot, it's still considered fake streams, and you'll still get flagged for this. You know what I mean? So if too many streams are coming from a certain place and it's not the city you live in, you know what I mean? That's an indicator that they're running a farm on this playlist.
I still would. Well, I get it.
And so those are like and then also if they're coming from, just some way random place like Spec Republic, you know what I mean? Like these are indicators that this is not legit. Right. You know what I mean? But I honestly, I don't deal with third parties at all, just because it's so hard to find legitimate ones. Right. So you want to answer the question for me? Yes, please. What was the question? The question is, so let's stick in the third party for this moment. No. What was the question? What is the right way to get on playlists?
What I would do is I would call JR McKee and say, JR, I'm trying to get on this playlist. What is it going to take?
Oh, my God.
That's the right way I know. That's the only way I know.
All right. So
they told me it's called playlist picture.
Yeah. All right. So algorithmic playlist. This is gonna be one of our biggest episodes. I already know it. Algorithmic playlist, right?
My daughter calling me.
All right, I'm almost done. I'm gonna wrap it up. Algorithmic playlist. This is basically based on, again, engagement. How well is your song being engaged with? Right. You know what I mean? And so it's bigger than just a stream, because they're going to not only look at the algorithm itself, it's not only going to look at how many streams, it's going to look at how long they stream. If the song is 2 minutes and 9 seconds, they only stream in 10 seconons. Right. Oh, they're not really rocking with this song. Right. So it's going to look at skip rate. Right. If they continue to skip it. Yeah. It's going to look at share rate. It's going to look at save rate. Like if I save this to a playlist. Right. It's going to look at how many people are saving this song. It's going to look at how many people are hearting this song, or if you're talking Pandora, thumbing up this song.
Man, that's dope information.
So it's going to look at all of these things, and this is a big reason why.
Hold on, man. You giving this out for free?
Hey, man, it's a real industry plugs.
Nice. There you go. There you go, man. Because I know you got to pay for this information. Like, this is deep.
Yeah. So look, all of these things matter when it comes to the algorithm. And the reason the algorithm is so important is because how many playlists it controls. Right. The mass majority of playlists are algorithmic. There's only a handful of editorial playlists. Right. The mass majority of playlists are algorithmic. So algorithmic playlists are so much more important than any other type of playlist. Right. You know what I mean? And so the engagement matters. And then we're going to go to the last one. But okay, how do I get on algorithmic playlists? They're already there. The only thing you have to do is you have to put your song into the system in time. So for Spotify, it's 7 days in advance. So if my song, and this, I know he got to go, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. But if my song isn't, the word we use is ingested, meaning uploaded to the DSPs, that word is ingested. Mm-hmm. And my song isn't ingested 7 days before it comes out, I'm going to miss the chance to get that algorithm support.
That's the playlist pitching.
Well, yeah, yes, you do. It's levels to it, and that's why you need to get the streaming course, because there's more that goes into it. That's why I have a streaming course. You can get it at.
I knew the pitch was coming.
No, I don't. It ain't a pitch, but I have a streaming course. You can. It's in my bio. You can get it.
Definitely get it.
All right, because it gets deeper than that. I'm gonna just skip right along to editorial playlist. Yeah, editorial playlist is the same process as algorithmic. It has to be in at a certain time. It has to be pitched. The right way to get on them is, as well as all things, is the hotter you are, the better your chances. You know what I mean? The more engagement, the more your song is getting engaged with, the better your chances. And so I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to tell you, buy the streaming course. It's the best chance you have at getting all this knowledge in one place, as well as getting the strategy of how to use the knowledge. You know what I mean? So buy the streaming course. This was our fan question episode of the Real Industry Plugs. We appreciate all the questions, all the support. Subscribe to our YouTube. Download the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, man. Spread the word. Make this the biggest podcast in the music industry. It's your boy, J.R. McKee. It's my guy, Boomman.
Still booming.
You know, authentic or nothing, man. Music, power, respect, man. We'll see y'all next episode, man. Salute to y'all.